This is a second stimulus check update video, and the Federal Reserve basically just said that they can help provide more stimulus, and they're going to do everything in their power that they can to help provide more stimulus for Americans. And this sends a message to Republicans that we need more stimulus. If you watched my previous video, you'll know that a bill called the HEROES Act just passed the House of Representatives for a second stimulus check to provide $1,200 to Americans and additional money that we'll talk about here in a second. But Republicans have an opposing view and will need more convincing. If you're new to the channel, hi, my name is Jimmy Mahalik. If you're looking for updates on the second stimulus check, make sure you subscribe down below so you don't miss out on new videos coming up. I have new videos coming up about the second stimulus check almost every single day. And also on this channel, I have videos about personal finance and how to make money. So make sure you subscribe and smash the like button for me down below. It really helps out my channel. Okay, so as you can see here in this article by Yahoo Finance, Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell just said that the central bank can do more to soften the economic blow of the pandemic. He says there's a lot more we can do. We've done what we can as we go, but I will say that we're not out of ammunition by a long shot. The Fed could deploy new lending programs beyond what they have already done. And the Fed chair said the projections for unemployment to reach 20 to 25% of all Americans sounds about right. Now, what this does is this means that the Federal Reserve can also create and start spending more money on new programs, which may directly help Americans, but also it sends a message to the Republicans that if the Federal Reserve is saying that we need more help, we need more money, we need more stimulus, that the Republicans might be more apt to pass a second stimulus check faster. Now remember, the Democrats have already passed the HEROES Act in the House of Representatives for a second stimulus check, but we need the Republicans to pass it also. And the Republicans said that they're not sure if they want to pass it because they want to negotiate to find better terms for what the Republicans want. So let's hope this will speed up the Republican process to get us a second stimulus check faster. And in this recent article by Forbes, you can see that all signs lead toward the conclusion that Republicans will end up negotiating with Democrats to pass yet another stimulus package. The question isn't, will there be another stimulus check? The question is, what will be included in the deal when it's done? Now, if you haven't received your first stimulus check, I know this may sound crazy that we're already getting ready to propose and be possibly passing a second stimulus check. So let me know down below if you have or haven't received your first stimulus check, and hopefully that happens really soon. Now, there's three things that I do think are going to be in the final bill that actually passes for the second stimulus check. And the first thing I think is going to be at least a $1,200 check to Americans per person. So $1,200 stimulus check for every single American. Now, whether it's going to be $500 or $1,200 for children is kind of still up to debate. I don't know if they're going to pass the $2,000 per month stimulus package that is still also up on the table for Americans. You can let me know down below if you would rather have the $2,000 per month or the $1,200, because not just everybody wants more stimulus package. A lot of people want everybody to go back to work and kind of get things back to normal. So not everybody wants just all this free money and extra stimulus package. So you can let me know down below. But I think we're going to get at least a $1,200 stimulus check per person coming out in the next stimulus package. Now, the second most likely thing to pass in the bill is going to be an extra $13 per hour wage for essential workers up to a maximum of $25,000. I think this is really awesome because Essential workers have almost been forced back to work. They're keeping our country going. They're actually probably the most admirable people we can think of right now. You know, doctors, people that are keeping our grocery stores running, people working at restaurants that are kind of all like at risk with this pandemic, but are still going to work every day. So I think for them to get an extra stimulus bonus while they're still working and they've been working through this whole thing is very admirable. And I would love to see them get an extra stimulus package. And the Republicans seem to be in favor of this, so that's really good going forward also. Now, the third most likely thing to pass that was already passed in the HEROES Act will provide a 12-month mortgage forbearance on government-secured and private loans for single-family residences, also known as residential mortgage forbearance. Now, this is actually a really clever way to get American stimulus because the average American has a mortgage of around $1,500 to $2,000 or even rent, okay? A lot of people's rent is still in the same range. So let's just say you have a $2,000 mortgage. Well, if Congress passes a mortgage forbearance where you don't need to pay your mortgage for 12 months, that's essentially giving you $2,000 a month that you don't need to pay, but Congress doesn't need to print the money. All that needs to happen is Congress needs to say that you don't need to pay your mortgage, okay? And then you'll basically be saving $2,000 a month. Now, something may need to happen in the background where the government may need to help the banks with maybe their interest or float the banks extra money, even though banks are kind of getting money at a 0% rate right now from the government. So something may need to happen in the background with the government and the banks. But for Americans, they don't really need to worry about that. All they'll need to worry about is they won't need to pay their mortgage for 12 months. And if your mortgage payment or your rent payment is $2,000 a month, that's essentially giving you a $2,000 a month stimulus package, and the government doesn't even need to print that money. So that's actually a really clever way to get Americans' stimulus package and not even have to print any money. Really awesome way. So let us know down below in the comments if you're for or against these and which kind of options you think are the best. I think these are the three most likely that the Republicans will end up negotiating for and will end up passing with the second stimulus check. The Republicans are supposed to be meeting in the next week or so on the HEROES Act stimulus package that already passed the House of Representatives. So hopefully we'll get that ball rolling soon. Make sure you subscribe to this channel so you get second stimulus check update videos. And over here, I will link some of my other stimulus check videos, including the one on what to do if you haven't gotten your stimulus check or if you know somebody that hasn't gotten their stimulus check. And over here, I also teach how to sell on Amazon. I have students that are replacing their 9-to-5 jobs by selling just one product on Amazon. And over here is a YouTube playlist teaching you how to do that. Thanks, guys, and I will see you in the next video.